Did Blake Lively just get caught in yet another lie? Subpoena Gate continues to unfold as now TikTok has gotten dragged into the mess. I mean, at this point, Blake Lively's just going to sue the whole damn internet and still come up with nothing. But at least at the end of it, she'll realize she's the one that's orchestrating this entire smear campaign. After TikTok, I'm sure Jesus will be next. Get ready for it. I got Lauren Neidigh on the show and maybe another surprise guest. Lots to dive into. Let's get it. What's up, everybody? Welcome on in, welcome on in, welcome on in. What is today? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Just a reminder, I will be live in Philly and Chicago this week. I will be at City Winery in Philadelphia on Wednesday. Lots of fun stuff coming up, guys. Come on out. The last batch of shows has been so much fun. Look, we had a bachelor, we did a rose ceremony, we had a first exclusive look at the upcoming Popcorn Planet documentary, It Ends with Justice. We did lots of dancing, spilled lots of tea, got very litty city. I got subpoenaed on stage. It was quite the adventurous time. So this Wednesday, July 23rd, I'm going to be in Philly with Giorgio Says, Steel and Shooter of Bros and Shows, and Jackie Goldschneider from The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Then this Sunday, July 27th, I'm going to be in Chicago with Donna Bowling, Chef Stu O'Keefe, and Jenny McCarthy-Wahlberg, all on stage with me this Sunday in Chicago. That's going to be a lot of fun. In New York City, August 3rd, I'm going to have Elsie. Elsrich is going to be on stage with me. Andy Signor is going to be on stage with me. Elsie, Andy together. I'm also going to have Evan Reel from Page 6. He's going to be on stage with me. I have so many other fun surprise guests that I will hopefully be announcing this Friday. Catch me on Fox 5 New York. I'll be in New York and on Fox 5 New York Friday morning, so be sure to tune into that and come to my show in New York City at City Winery August 3rd. Seattle, I got the Sidley Twins on stage with me and some very special guests that I'm also going to be announcing very soon on August 8th, and then we're going to wrap it up in Los Angeles August 10th. We got Netflix's Chloe Veach. We got Christy Cook from Spill Sesh. I'm glad she's finally opened up and said that she got subpoenaed too. I was actually her first text. She was like, what is this? And I was like, you just got subpoenaed, girl, in the Google subpoenas. So Christy's going to be on stage. Ask Two Lawyers are going to be on stage with me. Josh Boswell from the Daily Mail is going to be on stage with me. So, I mean, it's headed from the Zactivated tour to the subpoena tour, because everybody on tour is now getting subpoenaed. Come on out. Go to nofilterlive.com to get your tickets right now. nofilterlive.com. All right. You remember her from my Phoenix show last weekend. I'm excited to have her back because I'm pretty sure she's going to get a little Zactivated. She seems a little heated herself. Please welcome back to the show, Lethal Lauren, a.k.a. Lauren Neidigh from the Court of Random Opinion.
Hey, how's it going? I feel like our Phoenix show is more for me than for your guests, but, you know.
Listen, still, you lived it up in Phoenix.
I'm still full of outrage, fake outrage from your subpoena. I would love to pretend that I wasn't actually mad, you know.
We were all like, Andy pulled such a good one on all, like, we were all so like invested and like, I mean, he had me for a few seconds, but I was like, there's so much, like, my full name isn't listed on this, and I was like, but they do have / my management team's address listed on here. I was like, it's very confusing. Yeah.
Did you get weird smudgy marks on it? And did it say it was from Google LLC? Because
So we just found out that so in addition to Google / YouTube and X, now TikTok had 7 different users that were also subpoenaed by Blake Lively. I mean, at this point, it's kind of just like the running joke. Everybody's getting subpoenaed by Blake Lively.
Yeah, except for lawyers by accident 1, or 2. But other than that, no lawyers.
But there seems to be no method to the madness with these accounts.
No.
So I was looking at them because we have our Nordstrom Avengers group chat, and I was pulling up some of the accounts to see, like, well, where did Lauren go? There we
go. That's not Andy.
It's not Andy, but this is literally, like, it's a knockoff. This is one of the accounts that Blake Lively has subpoenaed from TikTok. It's at user 6723486612442. which, I'm pretty sure once she subpoenas this dude, she'll find some real good evidence into her harassment claims. Um, it's interesting who so there's this one, then we also have this account, Pop Diaries. I mean, these are people that, get range from 2,000 to, some of their videos get pretty high, but they seem to be like bot accounts or
Is
fake
there
accounts that are
actually
just repurposing content.
do
And
people
none
comment
not
on these, or are they just views? Like there are actual
I
real
think
comments
they
on there?
have a couple of comments, but
If
nothing
there's only a
crazy.
couple and there's that many views, I feel like they're just botting views.
They're probably botting views. Well, actually, let me look it up right now. We'll pull it up on TikTok right now. But like this one, so this happens. This was happening to me and Donna a lot, and Dave Neal a lot on TikTok, where there were these fake accounts that would pop up, and they would really just steal and repurpose our content, and they
Oh
would
yeah,
just reshare. Yeah,
yeah.
and so it appears one of those accounts is doing the same thing with Andy, and that's why they got subpoenaed. It's odd because all of these accounts are just so random, and the focus of the content isn't even specific to Blake Lively. Like this one right here, this Masked Realities News seems to be more of a political commentary or political
Yeah.
content on their page. So the method to Blake's madness is so bizarre and so strange. We even have this chick, Leslie.g, who is
With
also
16
she has
followers.
16 followers, 0 likes, 48 people following, and the account is private.
There's nothing wrong with having 16 followers, guys, but you shouldn't be subpoenaed for it.
No, and hello, if your account is private and only 48 people follow you, how are you then a part of this alleged smear campaign?
I don't know, man. That's crazy.
It's insane. It's
Yeah.
wackadoodle. I feel like it's wackadoodle hour.
I
I
didn't
don't
look at
get
the
what.
other Twitter accounts. Are they also, because I know there's a couple of real ones, obviously, but are they also mostly like bot accounts, or are they?
They're like smaller accounts. Like there's the spiritual shift,
And
that
Leanne are the
account that
two
I
that,
know. Yeah,
yeah.
Leanne. So there are some accounts like that where it's like it's clearly a real person, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just again don't understand the method to the madness, because you have people like Andy and you have people like Spill Sesh, and then you
Yeah,
have people
what the
like
hell?
Leslie.g. And it's like, what? Even Christy from Spill Sesh, she's gonna be on stage with me in Los Angeles on
Yeah.
August 10th. She was like, why am I dragged? She's like, she's like, I talked about it at the beginning, and then like I stopped talking about it because there was nothing really new. She's like, aside
I've
from like
watched
following
her.
every court document.
I watched her stuff. I never got the impression that she was even like anti Blake or whatever.
She's
So
not.
I didn't think so. No.
That's why I'm like, what is the point of all of this? But so you were popping off because you believe that Blake Lively is very much a liar, and she's not going to gain anything from trying to subpoena Leslie G with her 16 followers
I mean,
on
she might get
TikTok.
like stung by a jellyfish there or something. It looks like, but that's about it. I think. I mean, I think her lawyers are enabling her as well, which is not great. And I don't. I said this earlier. I know lots of attorneys I've known for years and years and years, and some of them are my closest friends, and none of them act like this. And thank God. So I'm kind of like being exposed to all this in this case. I'm like, are a lot of people actually like this? Are they this terrible? Because what they just did with that filing on Friday was just like I said this whole time. This is all specifically designed to cause us a larger problem and to punish us for having dissenting opinions. They knew, like the attorney that wrote that filing knew that we were not on any list of tags disclosures. She knew
Yeah.
that.
Well,
She could
okay.
see
Can
that.
you recap that? So what was said in that letter?
Yeah.
That there's a list. There's something that's under seal currently
Right.
that is some sort of list that they say is why they decided to subpoena these specific creators like
Right.
Leslie.g with 16 followers on TikTok.
Right. With Tag, which is one of the PR firms that worked for Wayfair at some point in time. I don't believe that contract ended a long time ago, but they said that the reason, or implied, they use words like if and apparently very carefully, so I guess they can later argue like, oh, it wasn't technically a lie, you know what I mean? But it was. They said that those people had in their responses to the interrogatories in discovery, basically they had named us in discovery, and that's why we were being subpoenaed. And so it set us up to frame us as like we were paid by them and we were acting at the behest of Tag, which is what they actually said. And none of the creators, except for one who was subpoenaed, is actually anywhere on that interrogatory. We don't know which one or in what context yet, but they did. Tonight, Wayfair wrote that they did respond, and it was responding to a request for comment. So it wasn't like they paid him to say anything, or her, I guess, because we don't actually know who it was. It wasn't like they paid him or her to say anything. They just responded to a media request.
Which we're assuming is Andy Signor.
That's the assumption, but I mean, we can't be 100% sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know exactly who it is on that list. But so all of these creators that have been subpoenaed either through Google, X, or TikTok, Blake Lively's team is saying that their names or their usernames were part of a list, and that's why they decided to subpoena everybody. But according to the Wayfair parties, who I believe are not objecting to having this information unsealed, correct?
I don't think that that's what they were expecting them to do. I think they were expecting Wayfair to fight back and say, no, this needs to remain sealed for XYZ reasons. But correct, they said, you know what? It's more important to us to show that there is no smear campaign, so go ahead and unseal it. And so now she's got egg on her face.
Yeah, because I think they were trying to lean into and this is what her team does a lot, and this is what a lot of the Blake bots do online too, is they'll take a sliver of information, they'll really hone in on that, put a lot of heavy conjecture and a lot of like sauce on it, and then they'll just kind of like leave it up for, interpretation. And they're very careful with how they word certain things, but they kind of set you up to fall down that rabbit hole. And it kind of seems to be backfiring on them more and more and more.
Well, just look at what she's doing, like everything that she's doing to hurt people under the guise of litigation privilege, which is what I believe she did with the CRD complaint. She went to do that so she couldn't get punished for what I believe is a lie about sexual harassment. And then she went to the New York Times so they couldn't get in trouble because there was a CRD complaint they were reporting on. Now she's like writing in the filing, implying that we were all lying and we were somehow enlisted as part of this smear campaign when they knew full well that wasn't true. But I don't think we can really do much about that because that was in a filing. I don't know. But it's like she's abusing the court system, in my view, to hurt people. And it's not right. I think that she is an abusive person. I really believe that.
I mean, we've heard rumors of how she weaponizes things on set for years to get her way. But I think now we're really seeing it play out because there's such a microscope on her. I think part of the intention, even with these TikTok creators, was to pick accounts that maybe they didn't think would fight back. I mean, obviously, I don't think Leslie.g with 16 followers on TikTok was going to fight back. But
if Leslie G wants to fight back, I will get behind Leslie.g.
I will get behind Leslie G too.
Yeah, right. Just for the sake of it, because they should not be trying to violate people's privacy over literally nothing.
Oh, it's a private TikTok account. That's what's the craziest part.
Right.
But even like, I think they picked accounts that they knew that they didn't think were going to fight back. Maybe they threw in, and I think Andy's name is probably listed somewhere in the discovery documents.
Yeah.
Spill Sesh, I don't know what relevance maybe Spill Sesh may have been a client of Tags. I don't know.
I don't have no idea.
I mean, I'll talk to Christy about it. Maybe I'll text her later, but like, maybe I'll have her come on the podcast this week. But like, I'm just very confused as to because I know she did a whole video on it, as to what the intention was. Because a lot of the creators they seem to be coming after are smaller creators or some that like Leanne, I don't think is a threat. Spiritual Shift, I don't think is a threat. They're just people that are commenting on this and they don't even have mega followings that you would think would be part of this smear campaign. I think they were expecting everybody to fall back, similar to how I think they expected Baldoni to fall back at the beginning, and they didn't realize they just unleashed an army of content creators, because now it's not just the ones that are subpoenaed, but now you have all these other content creators, and we're all ready and down for the fight. You're like, if you're coming for one of us, you're coming for all of us, and we're all going to stand up to you.
Well, that's kind of the thing, though. It's like you have to think that listening to me talk about her and my feelings about her and what she's done at this point, you have to think that I would have fought that. So, like, what do you mean? And also, Cassidy, like, doesn't want her identity revealed. So, of course, she's going to fight it. And then you got Katie Joy, who, Katie Joy's going to fight it. So, and Andy, I feel like Andy was already fighting the other subpoena. So, of course, he was going to fight it. So, it's like, what the heck is the pattern here? Like, it's very strange.
Okay, who here is tired of bloating? I know I am. Whether you're at work and you can't focus because you're feeling kind of off, or maybe you're on a date and you're bloated and just not feeling confident. For me, I'm on camera all the time. So I not only want to look good, but I also want to feel good. I want to be able to focus, and I want to be able to give my best, right? Which is why I'm very excited to introduce to you Seed's DS01 Daily Symbiotic. It's a prebiotic and probiotic supplement that has just come onto my radar, and I've been loving it so far, and that's why I had to share it with you, right? DSO1 is formulated with 24 clinically and scientifically studied strains to support whole body health. I'm talking about everything from gut health, check, skin health, heart health, immune health, gut barrier integrity. It's formulated with strains that are clinically validated to reduce abdominal bloating and intermittent constipation after only 2 weeks. It's shown to increase good bacteria by over 400%. Okay. It's super easy to take. I just take 2 capsules a day. I recommend it to all my friends. If you're having tummy issues, if you're getting bloated, if you're not feeling confident, if you're not feeling good, it can help with so many different layers in your life. Like I said, from gut health to heart health to skin health, immune system health. Like it's just overall a great fit for your daily routine. I've been loving it. I've been recommending it to all my friends. And if you want to jump on board, get ahead of your New Year's goals with a routine that helps you right now by going to seed.com. That's SEED, seed.com/nofilter25 and use code nofilter25. That's code nofilter25, nofilter25. And that's 25% off your first month of Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic at seed.com/nofilter25, code nofilter25. Go right now. Join the fun on DraftKings Casino, ranked the #1 online casino experience. They've got everything that you've been searching for. Thousands of exciting games, huge jackpots, exclusive offers, and more. New players get a 10-day welcome offer. 500 spins on Huff and More Puff when you play just $5 to start. Download the DraftKings Casino app, sign up with code NOFILTER, and spin your favorite slots. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Toronto. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days. Valid for feature game only and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends 8/24/25 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. #1 based on Eilers and Kraychek, second half 2024 product analysis. Most people don't realize pork is one of the biggest sources of parasites in the world. Study after study proves it. The CDC says pork is the primary source of trichinosis infections worldwide. The WHO and CDC list pork as a top source for tapeworms and toxoplasmosis. Research shows pork has poor detox channels, making it easy for parasites to survive and pass to humans. If you eat pork or sushi, travel, have pets, or simply want to protect your gut and immune system, it's one more reason to do a targeted medical-grade full-body parasite cleanse at least once a year. That's why the wellness company created the ivermectin plus mebenzidol parasite cleanse. This unique, powerful combination helps eliminate unwanted parasites and supports your immune system, digestion, and overall health. Fill out a quick intake form and get a 4-usage supply, medical-grade cleanse shipped straight to your door. Head to twc.health/nofilter and use code NOFILTER to save $90 off plus free shipping. That's twc.health/nofilter and use code NOFILTER. I did
strange.
like that Kevin Fritz, Baldoni's attorney, he's like, listen, part of the reason we're going to, let this information be released under seal, one, because we have nothing to hide, but two, we want to prove that the hate for Blake Lively is organic. Like, this is not orchestrated in any way. Like, she's literally doing this to herself. The backlash that she's faced in the last week is truly because of her own doing. And that's the part that I think is so hard for her to get through her skull right now, is that, like, she doesn't get it. Like, it's like she's literally the one that's fanning these flames, and she thinks that Baldoni's still, launching the smear campaign against her.
Yep. No, and that's very strange. Either she's like really seriously delusional, which maybe she is, maybe she isn't, I don't know, or she's just like really this much of a terrible person. I'm not sure which one, but either way, her attorneys are enabling it, and actively, in my opinion, I consider what they did to be a lie. So I believe they're actively lying for her. So
yeah,
that's what I consider that to be, a lie.
yeah.
So.
And as we learned with the New York Times and Ryan Reynolds, that is your First Amendment right of free speech to have your own opinion, and you're allowed to state your own opinion without legal consequences.
I mean, yeah, and you again pick at the wording that she used, and you can maybe say that's not the dictionary definition, like she worded it this way or that way. No, in my opinion, in my heart, I believe that is a lie. I would never mislead someone like that intentionally. You know what I mean?
So to clarify, what part do you think is the explicit lie from her team?
Saying that we were acting at the behest,
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
content creators plural were
yeah.
listed by tag and acting at the behest apparently of Justin Baldoni's team.
And they get away with it by saying we believe or we have reason to
Apparently,
suspect. Yeah,
if
apparently,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
Again, which is what a lot of, if you notice the wording of the Blake bots, they also kind of tend to lean into that conjecture as well, where they kind of plant the seed and then they're kind of like, well, but you never
Yeah, right.
know. So we'll see what happens. But this subpoena thing, I think, really blew up in their faces. I think they thought it was going to be a genius PR move that'll show that they have accounts, that the accounts are listed in Discovery, that they have proof and evidence that there was some sort of
Right.
orchestration.
Yeah. I mean, now, like, you look at people who are more neutral about this, maybe, and like waiting for either summary judgment or trial to happen. And now they're going to see she pulled this stunt where she's trying to violate a bunch of people's privacy. And then she, again, like I said, I believe this was a lie. She lied about it and said, no, it's because they told us these people were apparently working at their behest. And then now all of a sudden it's like, well, what are you going to stand on now? Because they said, you know what? Screw it. Look at what we wrote, and it's not what you just said. So it's like all of these people who are neutral are probably going to start coming down a little bit more on the side of, I don't know if I really believe what she's saying now. Her credibility is pretty much shot, in my opinion. So,
Well, that's what Spillsesh did. Spillsesh literally was like, I didn't really think one way or the other. I tried to report it very neutrally. And now I just think Blake Lively cannot take accountability for any of her actions. Like now she's blaming content creators for the fact that she's gotten bad PR.
right. Yeah. And like even the content creators who were talking about her even early on, because as I said the other day, I didn't start covering this until January of this year. Even the people who were talking about her early on were showing things that she has done or things
Yeah.
that she has said. It is a fact. It is on video. It's not like they were making this stuff up. So how is it
Yeah.
so hard for you to believe that people just don't like the things that you've done?
Yeah.
So
It's true. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what she decides to spin with this next. But did you see that the media? I found it kind of funny. They started reporting on last week's hearing where the judge made it very clear that he didn't know both Blake or
oh.
Baldoni. He's like, I'd never heard of them before. Now the media is picking up on like the fact that she was,
Yeah,
I guess,
right.
really offended by that.
Was she? I mean, I find that kind of hard to believe that he had never heard of Blake just because Ryan Reynolds is obviously pretty famous. They're New
Well,
York residents. It's
and didn't the judge have stock in T-Mobile that bought Mint Mobile that Ryan Reynolds is the face and owner of?
yeah. I mean, Cassidy's your girl when it comes to that stuff. I don't know a lot about that, but I did hear that. Yes.
Yeah, so it's just I mean, I think he was just trying to make a point that he's not biased. We have another hearing that's coming up. Is it this week or next week?
There's one on the 30th. That's next week.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
next week, the 30th, right before her deposition. What's that one for?
She's trying to get communications between, I believe, the lawyers, Justin's lawyers, and content creators and media and stuff like that. I don't know. If that was all, I can't remember. I had to go back over it, but I know it's something to do with Friedman's firm. And I that was when I told you, I think a while back, I was like, listen, I reached out to this guy for comment, so maybe I will pop up there because I reached out and asked for him for comment because I was too stupid to know you should go to the publicist.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll pop up on some list there where I'll say, hey, this person, reached out for comment, but like I never got an answer back, and I'm happy to just disclose those emails loudly and clearly to the public, just to show that I never got a response. But just don't look at my private data. So I don't know if this is all over. They'll probably try to keep saying stuff like there's weird stuff going on behind the scenes, but there is not.
Yeah.
I knew I didn't do anything wrong. So I said yesterday, if you really want to know, like if you really want to ask me these questions, then have me answer your questions under oath. I will do it in front of God and everyone. I do
Yeah.
not care. But you cannot have my private data just because.
Just because you want to prove a point.
Right. You can't do that just to scare me. I'll answer
Yeah.
your questions. I'll tell you what you want to know, and I'll tell you that under oath. But I will not just like willingly be like, yeah, Google, give her my IP addresses and my bank account and credit card information and blockchain data and all kinds of shit. No. I'll answer your questions, but I will not give you unnecessary personal information. It is not yours to take.
Yeah. And so you filed a letter to the judge that was finally submitted and accepted by the judge this week, and that's to let him know that you plan to file a motion to quash your subpoena, which came via Google. Where does that stand?
So I actually filed it last week. For pro se, it takes a little bit longer for it to get on the docket, but it registered as 7/16. So I guess today said that I have until Monday to file that quash, and then they respond by the next week, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Cassidy also did a really good job of listing out all of his prior judgments
Yeah.
in the past and then using that against him. So, I mean, I don't think that any of those subpoenas with the motions to quash, I don't think that any of that will be turned over. I mean, unless like, user 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 on TikTok. I mean, if they want to turn over their data, I don't know how much you're really going to find there though.
Right. I mean, maybe 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 messages or something.
I mean, it beats me.
Yeah.
I don't even understand what her game plan is at this
Well,
point.
that's the thing, right? So they said with these lists that were apparently attorneys' eyes only, they said that was the reason they couldn't continue to cooperate, like meet and confer properly. So I've been asking, I was like, hey, what does my information have to do with your litigation? And they regurgitated this like Miss Lively has claims against the Wayfarer parties that they blah 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 with the smear campaign. And I said, that doesn't make sense. And I even spelled it out for them. I was like, that doesn't make sense. I first covered this after the lawsuits were filed. I did it because I was a fan of your client. I simply did not believe her story. What does my, address and all that stuff have to do with your litigation? How will my bank accounts help you? If you're not asking for communications, what are you going to get out of that? No response. And it's not because of that attorney's eyes only list. We know that now. So they're just not answering because they have nothing. So
Yeah, and I mean they're 7 months into digging up discovery, and this is
right.
where they're at. It doesn't really sound like they have a strong case with this smear campaign argument.
Right. Correct. And I mean, it sounded pretty bogus from the beginning to me. But there were some points early on when I read her filings and stuff where I was like, yeah, okay, this sounds like a wild thing. Like, I don't know if this is really true or if this really makes sense, but I would like try to kind of rationalize it almost. I was like, well, maybe there is just like stuff in the PR world I don't understand and this and that. But then when she accused me of this shit, I knew for sure, without a doubt in my mind, you're nuts. Like, you're nuts. There is no smear campaign. You're a nutty lady and you just want to hurt everybody that doesn't like you or doesn't give you what you want.
I really don't think. I think she thought this was going to be a big flex that to the media was going to be like, oh, she has accounts, she has names, she has receipts, she has something. And then she expected this to scare off all the creators. But if there's one thing her team really fumbles the ball with is it's really not understanding social media and the digital media worlds and how it's completely, because look at all of her tactics she's trying to play out in Variety and The Hollywood Reporter. And that's such a stale old model that doesn't have the same effect that it had now, because we're picking up on everything and we're catching every time they change the title of a headline or the a specific paragraph. I remember The Hollywood Reporter was changing the wording of the Jenny Slate allegations against, what was it, Sarowitz or Jamie Heath about the sanctity of motherhood.
Jamie Heath. Yeah, it was Jamie Heath. About
the sanctity of motherhood and the apartment, and they kept changing the wording of that. And I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Screenshots exist. And one thing we've learned how to do now is screenshot everything.
Yeah. That's definitely true. I mean, I get a lot of emails that's like, Lauren, did you see the article of this, the headline of this article changed, or did you see this or that? And I'm just like, oh, damn. What? I got a job. Like, what? I'm sorry. I'm so busy. Like, what do you mean? Did I see this? No, I didn't see that, but thank you. So whenever people do have free time and they decide to help me out with that, I appreciate it, because I'm just like, I don't know how you guys keep up with this and do all your stuff in your life. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So what's the next step with your motion to quash? Are you working on that now? You have until Monday to get that filed?
Yeah, right. It's due Monday.
Yeah, Leanne said she already submitted her motion to quash.
I believe 3 or 4 people actually have now. So you might not see it for a couple days because it takes a while to show up, because mine didn't show up till 2 days after.
Yeah. So
you have to call and make sure everything was okay too. Because if you get something wrong, they won't put it on there.
Yeah.
You have to get it in the exact format, and you have to include the right information and copy the attorneys and all this stuff. So.
And then it seems like, thanks to Cassidy's letter, the judge is now allowing people to file their motion to quash anonymously. They don't have to out themselves.
The John Doe or Jane Doe thing, yeah.
Yeah, they can
Yeah.
now do it under Jane Doe or John Doe. That way they don't have to publicly out their information, which was
Hmm.
probably another intimidation tactic that, Blake's team wanted to
Right.
enforce.
Absolutely. So when I was talking to Omar, when I was thinking about like writing that letter and what I wanted to put in it and stuff, and I was like, well, I'm not really anonymous. My name and face are out here. And he's like, yeah, but you, Lethal Lauren, whatever, is not the same as you in your personal life and your professional life and stuff like that. So it took me a while to realize, like, okay, well, anonymous in this context it doesn't necessarily mean like you don't know my face or my name, but I still have a whole private life. Like all my social media accounts for my personal life and stuff are private. I don't post too much of my personal life or tell too many people what's going on or who I hang out with and stuff like that. So it's kind of creepy when you really think about this. How much you would have to reveal just to fight it. Even me, who has my name and face out there, because I realized after that, as some people were like messaging my mom, they're like, "We saw is this your kid? We saw her in the Daily Mail." It's like, yeah.
Wait, wasn't the wasn't there in one of the X accounts an underage that she subpoenaed? Weren't they underage? And their parents like spoke out
Um,
against it. Was that a
so
real thing or was that like a theory on
it's
X?
unverified that somebody left a comment on Spillsesh and said that they are a minor, and so the parents had to say something about her not having a bank account. That's unconfirmed, but I can't say that it's not true. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. And it was one of the accounts on X
okay.
that Blake Lively allegedly subpoenaed that they
Hmm.
were saying that they were. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, and so far, like me, Donna, Dave, Ellsrich, like a lot of creators that have really covered the case extensively over the past several months have
Yeah.
like she won't even touch us. And I think she picked accounts that she didn't expect to fight back.
Well, that was a dumbass thing to do to me then.
I know,
Wow.
because you came out swinging. She didn't. But again, I think she really thought that it was going to be like the way she was bulldozing Baldoni. And she thought that if she played all these games and ran around in circles around him, that eventually he would just kind of lay down and play dead. But he
Yeah.
came back swinging. And I think it's blowing up epically in her face. And I don't think she's going to be able to prove a smear campaign, nor do I think she'll be able to prove these alleged harassment claims that really don't have any basis or merit to them when you when you add the context.
I don't believe that she was ever sexually harassed, and I resent
No.
that she has gone on talk shows and spoken at events and claimed to be a voice for women and girls' safety, or even someone who gives a shit about women and girls. Because obviously she doesn't. If she's here trying to attack people's privacy and unmask these people who just have negative opinions of her, and if she's using the legal system and all her money to do that, you don't give a shit about women and girls' safety. You don't give a
No.
shit about anyone but yourself.
Yeah. Because she's willing to upend everybody else's life as long as she gets to prove her point. Which,
Right.
sorry, lady, if you look at the grand scheme of the world right now, a couple of mean tweets about you on the internet are
Yeah.
hardly the worst of your problems. Of
I
the,
feel like and people who watch my streams and stuff will know this. I feel like I'm constantly worried about how my opinions, even though I know I have every right to have them, and the things that they talk about that I say, I worry about how like somebody who doesn't know the full context and stuff that might hurt their feelings or that might make them feel anxious about just these heavy topics in general. And I'm like, how could you, in your position with all your power and influence, do what you are doing and not care? Because even me with my little tiny platform, I'm like worried about it all the time.
yeah.
It's so sad that somebody could do that and have all that power and just not care. So,
I don't know if it's like a lack of like I think she's just so absorbed in her own ego and
mhm.
she just thinks like she needs I think she genuinely in her own head believes that she's doing this to fight for women. I think she's convinced herself of that and that this is I mean look at what some of the things that she said. She wants to be a voice for women. She wants to be the next chapter of the Me Too movement. Like just the ego that she has to even think that she's the one to carry the torch for the next wave of, women's rights or fighting back the patriarchy, which I'm already predicting is what she's going to fall back on when she ultimately loses this case, is that the court system failed women and the law, was too strict and we need to, have better protections in place because the law isn't trying to protect women the way she was trying to. I don't think she'll ever accept defeat.
Yeah, well, she doesn't have to accept it, and she can be speak out to her 40 million whatever followers however many times she wants to, but I will still be here, no matter who's listening or not listening. I'm going to make a lot of noise if she does shit like that. So if she does in fact become the face of the next chapter of the Me Too movement, it will be the last.
Yeah, like I said, Amber Heard came and set the stage, and now Blake Lively is here to close the curtains. Like there's such big cases, and they bring so much attention to it, and we see the way Blake Lively is really manipulating our legal system in order to just kind of bully and get her way when it doesn't seem like there's any merit to any of her claims.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't believe any of it, so I don't believe any of it.
Do you have moments where you question it, though?
Not anymore.
Yeah. Well, I guess
not
now
now,
you've
especially
really
not
become
now.
part of the conversation, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even before that, I was kind of like, I was very concerned about the publicists, to be honest. I never believed that Justin did or endorsed any of this stuff.
Yeah.
But the publicists, I wasn't impressed with any of the publicists involved. When I read the text messages, Stephanie Jones, not a fan, okay? But when I read the text that she put in her filings from Melissa and from Jen, I was like, I'm not impressed with like any of the people involved here. And I understand they're just venting to their friends, but I was like, you really could be costing someone their reputation and livelihood with your actions, and you are a PR person.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Be careful. If you think your boss is spiraling out of control and you know that she might access your phone, if she's spiraling out of control and she's as crazy as they were describing her in those filings, then you got to know she's not going to like follow the law to a T. She might just like creep around and take your text. You know what I mean? So I feel like there should have been more caution there. And I don't want to be too hard on them, but it did make me wonder when I was reading that. I was like, are these the kinds of people who would, maybe do something like that? Maybe plant bad stories? I don't know. But not anymore. Not for a long time. I haven't felt that way. That was just kind of early on. But I do remember reading that and thinking like, yikes. Wow. So.
Yeah, I really do feel like Stephanie Jones had her own sort of personal. I think Stephanie Jones and James Fatuska. I think those are two that really kind of fanned the flames behind the scenes that blew up this contention between the two of them. Which, by the way, I thought Fatuska was supposed to retract his affidavit.
I don't know what's good. So I don't know anything about that guy really. I heard that obviously from a couple of sources, but I haven't seen anything since then. Have you?
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I just know he's no longer with the Daily Mail. I know that.
Yeah, I never paid too much mind to him because when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, this guy's just some random Daily Mail reporter. He's gonna be fine." But then it became a big thing because of his affidavit, and then now I don't really know where he stands. I know it's weird that he hired like criminal attorneys though. He like swapped attorneys. I guess he left the Daily Mail or he got fired or left. I don't know. So maybe that makes sense. I don't know. It's just very strange.
It's very strange. Something about it, I think, is probably shady, especially if it's true that what he filed in his affidavit may not have entirely been the truth, and he wants to make sure he protects himself. Do you really think this is going to go to trial?
If she won't drop the sexual harassment claims, yes.
Yeah.
I do. I think maybe they would settle on the smear campaign thing, but with the sexual harassment, no way.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, I agree. All right, Lauren. Well, thanks for joining the podcast again.
Oh yeah, anytime.
Your YouTube.
I don't have any roses for you or anything, but
not this time. Well, wait. Are you coming to LA?
I don't know yet. I want to, but I don't know. I have to figure that out. I'll probably know in the next couple weeks.
All right. Well, it'll be fun to have you there.
Yeah, hopefully I can.
Well, I know one other person that will be there.
Hey, what's up?
Donna Bowling.
I guess I should unmute. Oh. Hi, guys.
Well, hi, what's up?
Well, I look phenomenal.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Weren't you just taping your show?
At 4:30 p.m.?
Is that bad time for you?
I still keep it cute throughout the day.
I was just running errands. Wait, I look so cute.
So was I.
I look so hot. So gorge. What are you guys talking about? I just jumped in.
Subpoenas. Subpoena-gate.
Penis?
TikTok.
Penis? I was just listening to Lauren covering everything. Lauren is how I keep up on the news.
I'm sorry for that.
No, it's great because I stopped being able to read all the things. I just go straight to Lauren.
It's a lot, and I'm learning how to skim over more stuff, so that helps.
Yeah, I mean, if you
So you
go
just
back to how you covered the filings at the beginning, can you even imagine going through it that way?
I can imagine because I did it a bunch of times. I was up from I remember one night I was up from midnight until 6 in the morning or something doing one of those amended complaints.
It's
It's
almost as if you
crazy.
were paid by the Baldoni team to
I was paid
smear.
by a lot
Tag.
of random super chatters, but I don't think any of them were working for Tag. So
So I don't know what you guys covered yet, but I find Kevin Fritz's letter to be
mhm.
so like a breath of fresh, like breathing a
Yeah, that
sigh
was
of
nice.
relief.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's definitely doing a better job. I mean, Friedman was really good at playing the PR game, but I feel like Fritz is kind of coming in and hitting some strong wins in court.
Well, it's just almost just to show like this was all big smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
yeah,
But why
yeah,
did you guys
definitely.
get picked? That's why I'm still so lost.
Well,
Well, we
I have
kind
my theories, but
Well, because of what you called her.
that and among other things, I have those videos where I have many women's voices where we're all saying listen, you
yeah.
don't speak for us, we don't believe you. This man is he's a good person, we don't believe what you're saying about him. This stuff doesn't add up, and it's more and more people every time are just reaching out and helping me with that. And I'm like, listen, if this lady's gonna come out here and she has these supporters who are gonna believe the woman no matter what, no matter how many times she's already lied, then I think that he should also have people who stand up and say that we believe you. I don't think this is fair, and I think that you should have some support. So I don't think she likes seeing that.
So you think for you and maybe some of these other people, it's very personal. It's like a personal attack, like
Mhm.
someone that really
Yeah,
upset her personally.
yeah. I mean, what else would it be at this point?
Do you
Doesn't make sense
think
otherwise.
do you think that she was just laying in bed one day, like scrolling TikTok because of these random
Yeah.
TikTok subpoenas? And I went through them. I didn't go through
So
all
random.
7 of them, but I went through like 3 or 4 of them. And
Yeah,
they're so random. So
yeah,
she must
yeah.
have
He
just
showed me some of them. Yeah,
yeah, like she must have just gotten like a random in her For You page and sent it off to her attorney. And she's like, Ezra, this one, I don't like her.
She is a bitch. We have
Look
to
at
get
Leslie
Leslie.
with the what are they called?
Jellyfish. Jellyfish. Yeah,
Jellyfish. She's like, this jellyfish is a bitch.
yeah. And
Well,
maybe that's why her account's private now.
and
Who
Popcorn
is
Planet
this
has
fake
changed
guy? This
characters
man
because
with
he
the
used to be
beard.
Yeah,
Andy and now he's this fake guy.
that's weird.
Well, he's obviously,
Yeah.
but he's obviously taking new personalities on depending on who he thinks will hit.
Is
He's
it
just
We
even a
trying to
should
real
be
person? It
making
reverse.
looks
money.
like well, I
We
guess it
should
might be
reverse
a real
image
person.
search the beard man.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
probably has. Yeah,
It looks like it could be a real person. Yeah.
it's
Because
definitely
now
a real
that's the
person. It's a
focus.
real
Yeah.
content creator who makes anti-Trump content, and so he
Yeah.
went for he goes. Yeah, he goes for what's hot, right? So he went for Blake Lively when it was hot. Now he's going for
Yeah.
anti-Trump
Now she's
content.
mad because there's
Maybe
none
that's
Anti-Trump
why she's
for
content's not
subpoenaing
hitting.
it. You don't think I'm hot anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
Subpoena.
Oh my god.
as Judge Lyman told us.
And you should say celebrity is fleeting.
Oh my god, yeah. Right.
What so okay, so I have a question. Have anyone on her side, has anyone responded about this letter? Has anyone said
I blocked those people. I
I
don't want to
don't
engage with
think
those people. I
so.
don't want to watch their content. I know they're not going to be very nice to me, so I don't bother.
I
Doesn't matter to me.
I got very, very well, I released a Patreon episode yesterday where I did I usually do audio only, but I did video where I exposed one of them and I showed videos and I went through a theory that I really think that every accusation is a confession. And I think Blake strongly believing that Justin had creators post for him is her way of just projecting because I think she and
Hmm,
Ryan love to project. And I
sure.
do believe that I don't know if there's financial, here's money to post for me, but I think there's a little bit of a, hey, let me follow you, small creators,
They
and,
are talking about it. They're leaning into
be on
the
our side
we've gone from
energy.
there was no contact to
Gotcha.
there was contact, but it is innocent in a week. That's not true.
One person got a request for comment answered,
But
and
not
you're
only
saying that
that,
there's
but
nothing wrong with accusing
you
35 other people for
yeah,
that? Go
you
fuck yourself.
specifically, Lauren, have been very vocal and open
Request for
about the
comment
fact that
too.
you've
That's
reached out
not
for
that's
comment
not the
and
same as
never heard
asking to.
back. Like, that's not a secret. That's not your story has never changed. And
Yeah.
also, and if that's a dig at Donna for
That
saying
man
that
left
she
me on
talked
red,
to
man.
somebody on
not cool, but
Baldoni's
the
camp,
truth.
Donna's not been subpoenaed and has not been named in any of the Discovery interrogatories. So, yeah, because there's nothing there for Blake to be worried about.
They're not worried about me.
We'll be at the.
Also,
Well-
very interesting, something that Kirsty, I always want to say Kirsty, but I know it's Shasti, what she said on her video today.
Oh, yeah.
I saw her, she said this. She says, it's very interesting that Bethany Frankel has a video of herself literally admitting that one side reached out to me. And yet she didn't get subpoenaed. She admits it on a video that one side reached out to her to get her to talk. That, if anything, would be a very clear indicator. I'm going to subpoena you because I want to know who asked you, when did they ask you, what did they offer you? But they didn't, probably because they asked her. They wouldn't subpoena because they asked her. And think about it. Her answer was, "This was a botched job." Why would she say it was a botched job to Justin's
next
side
week that
in
we're all
February?
going to come clean and the creators are going to admit to making content on behalf of Tag or Wayfair? And this is how abusers boil the frog, desensitizing you to their outrageous and abusive behavior.
Are we Darvoing?
I mean, I'll say what I've said a million times before. This is not news, and maybe I haven't told you this, but like I have talked to people. I've talked to people who know Justin and who worked with him, and I even talked to someone who worked on the film. But I only ever asked them like, "Hey, how has this guy had like an impact on your career? Like, is he a good person? Like, what did you make of him?" And they all had really good complimentary things to say. I never asked a single question about Blake. I never asked a single question about what happened between them on set. I just wanted to know, like, this guy, if I'm putting my neck out here and saying, I think she's lying, I think he's a good person, I wanted to know for sure, like, hey, what do the people in his life have to say about him? And, lots of people didn't answer, which obviously, why would they? Because there's a lawsuit going on. But some of them did, and they all had nice things to say, and that was that. But, some people, I'm sure, will spin that into a negative.
Yeah, look, here's another account. They said, in case you missed it, Blake Lively subpoenaed a bunch of content creators for being in contact with Baldoni's team to run a smear campaign against her. It's an inflammatory statement that sounds very defamatory because there's zero proof of that. They all cried about it and denied it. Now his team is throwing them under the bus and admitting they did contact them after all. Do you see how they twist things? Because Wayfair did not say that they... Lauren, you're one of those people that was subpoenaed and you were literally saying Wayfair and Tag have never... You've never been in communication with them.
No.
With exception for asking for comment, which you never got a response for.
Correct. So, like, the people that I just mentioned that I talked to, none of them were his legal team. None of them were his PR team. I did ask, like I said, I was too, like, new at this and too stupid to know to even reach out to the PR people. I contacted his lawyer for comment. They did not respond. That was it. So.
But by the way, number one, you said I was too stupid or you didn't do anything wrong.
No, I was just too dumb to know, like, oh, they have PR people. I could contact the PR people. I was like, let me ask his lawyer. You know what I mean?
But yeah. And by the way, like, we have as content creators, we have zero wrong to reach out or to follow or to, there's no rule in the book that says you should stay far away. There's no rule in the book. However, what would be wrong is if they came to us like on their own,
unprovoked,
preemptive, provoked?
Provoked.
Is that if they came to us and said, hey, user 67925 or, Daily Dose of Donna, who I don't have a relationship with. Hey, Leslie G.
Your 16 followers are important to us.
Yeah, we need you. We need you to start a narrative about us. That would be the wrong thing. But as a content creator to reach out, by the way, I have done this about so many things. Like I was talking about Kelly Wolf today on my show. You don't think that I reach out to agents and managers that I know represented her ex-husband to be like, what do you know? What do you got? Like, it's
I used to
normal.
email Leslie Sloan and Jennifer Abel about their clients when it came to booking guests on No Filter. Like
Jennifer Abel represented Kristen, one of
Doty.
Doty
Yeah,
from
when
the
Kristen
Valley.
Doty, that's when I think I last talked to Jennifer Abel, was about Kristen Doty.
Hollywood's a small place. Like, these people all represent each other and connect each other. So it's not weird. That's why when everyone's like, Andy Signor, oh my God, he got a statement from Brian Friedman. And?
The same statement that every news outlet published, mind you.
Man, at least they responded. Just saying.
I mean, I honestly just thought it was weird that no one else was getting that statement. Like,
But
why was
also-
Andy the only person that actually got it for hours? It
But
was the exact
the
same
other-
statement everyone else got.
Exactly. But the part that's also so crazy is the main alleged smear campaign allegedly happened last summer. So why are we so focused on any potential communication that's happened
Now.
over the last couple of months? If
Because
the
they gotta
original
find something.
Yeah,
There's nothing
but-
from last summer. They gotta
Yeah,
find
they
something
have
now.
nothing from last summer. Otherwise, there would have been some sort of expository, like all the troll accounts online that want to focus on, oh, Donna talked to somebody and someone was on the list and somebody's in tags, contacts, and which whatever. Wayfair has already agreed to unseal those documents. There's only been one person that one out of how many, Lauren? 34, 35, 36?
36.
36.
Well, now
43.
43.
Oh,
Yeah.
now 43 with the 7 from TikTok.
Right.
So one person they're saying is on that list in, these over 40 other accounts that have been subpoenaed. And everybody is starting to come out. Leanne has come out. Spiritual Shift has come out. You've come out. Andy's come out. Christy Cook from Spill Sesh has come out. Cassidy has come out. Like, everybody has come out and denied this or revealed, which I don't think anybody has ever kept a secret about any sort of communications that are really just sticking to it being asking for comment.
These guys are convinced if you believe Blake Lively, you believe her so much that you believe this one woman is telling the truth, and 43 people so far are colluding to tell a lie.
All of which happen to be women, except for, I believe, Andy, right?
Yep. Apparently.
Andy's the only,
And maybe
Perez.
maybe the fake popcorn.
Oh yeah,
guy.
Perez
Perez.
has now officially
and
gotten
fake
his
Popcorn
subpoena.
Planet.
So it's only 40 women, guys. It's only 40 women.
Oh my God. That's
Oh my
crazy. She hates women. She's the misogynist.
Yeah, and so are her fans. The first thing they want to say to me is how I look, like what I look like, and I don't know what words I can use here. So I'm not.
Well, I got called
repeat
a
it, but-
misogynistic. One of her fans was, I am a feminist and you're a misogynistic whore.
Wow.
On Twitter. It's there. And I was like, what a feminist you are.
So you got my message.
Oh man.
I felt good. Thanks, girl. I'm like, as a married mom of 2, I still got it.
Oh.
Good Lord.
But it's interesting. You're right. It's the twisting and the manipulation. And it's like, for what? What are we trying to twist and manipulate? Like, I understand trying so hard to make sure that she sounds good or whatever. She sounds like she's really winning this case. But yes, you're right. You're changing the narrative. The smear campaign should have started and ended by December latest of last year.
Yeah.
Who gives a crap what we're doing this year? It's not relevant.
Because all of the allegations from the initial lawsuit are from the production and are from the press campaign that when they were promoting the film. Like, that's when all of this went down. So anything that happened after the fact, sure, once you prove the initial smear campaign happened, then you can tackle on all these little pieces if you can even prove any of these pieces. But they still haven't even been able to prove the initial smear campaign even happened. And the most incriminating thing that they have is that Lauren Neidigh sent an email asking for a comment that she got no response to.
So if they release,
yeah.
if they unseal the AEO or whatever it's called, if they remove the
Attorney's eyes only.
AEO on this list, will that prove that none of these creators had contact with Tag?
That's what Wayfair is claiming. Because there was one name that they were trying to protect, and now they're saying, listen, at this point, we would rather you just unseal it, remove the attorney's eyes only so that everybody can see that these names are not in our discovery documents.
Who's that
minus
name?
the one. We're assuming it's Andy because they're claiming that this person asked for comment, which also, what is so wrong about asking for comment? Like, why is, even if it is Andy, why is it wrong for Andy to ask for comment and not TMZ or not People or not the New York Times or the Hollywood Reporter?
Asking for comment is the least offensive thing you could do. Like, that's nothing.
Like, what if Sarah Siegel? What if she decided to ask for comment, and then what? She would be in it too. Like,
Sarah Siegel is now on Threads, which I blocked immediately. I blocked immediately, and she threads. I know you have to say like you thread because you don't tweet.
I don't really use that app,
Good,
so.
protect your peace. It's hell over there. She threads the way that she talks. She repeat like she talk. She
deeply?
You know how she speak. It's
I
bold.
don't really,
It's not in
I
the
don't know what that
voice.
means.
Not in
Yeah,
the
I don't know what that
tone.
means. I don't bother those people, and I hope they don't bother me. You know what I mean? That's all I know. I don't really pay them much mind. I don't want that in my life. You know, and I know
I don't
they
either.
badger you guys. They badger you guys,
Listen,
but they can't
after-
bother
I
me because I
blocked it.
blocked them ages ago.
After a while, it doesn't really affect. Like, I don't know if it's. I don't think it's a healthy thing that I've just become so immune to it, and now I kind of just laugh at them. But like, emergency, Donna, emergency! They said something new about us.
No, what I find interesting though, what I do
saw
find
that. I did see
interesting,
that.
what I do find interesting is seeing how they twist every new development though. Like I find it fascinating how you could like a win can happen or a loss can happen or whatever. Like if something happens, how can they spin it? It's like it's actually fascinating to see how things can be spun.
Wayfair said we're gonna unseal the documents, and suddenly they're throwing content creators under the bus.
Yeah, that's how I feel about that. No, I like I said, I don't really pay much mind to those people. I don't want to get into it with them. I just don't bother. I see what everybody else is posting and writing, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a little entertaining to read sometimes, but at the same time, I don't want any interaction there, so I just leave them alone.
Is there a world where content creators can come back at Blake Lively and say you like ruined my reputation? You made it sound like I was part of a smear campaign?
I have no idea. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody about that.
Honestly, I'm not joking.
I wonder
You
if there
could
is
Google
some sort of legal prosecution against her for this.
Yeah,
There
you
has
put
to
it's
be.
basic. It reminds me of Jed Wallace. You put Jed Wallace's name in the CRD complaint. You made him as if you Google Jed Wallace, all of a sudden it looks like he's part of the smear campaign. And then she didn't actually sue him because there wasn't enough. Remember that? So then he came back at her. It's the same. Now Lethal Lauren 904 is synonymous with a content creator that was accused of being part of a smear campaign.
Smearing, yeah.
That's effed.
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna do some things that are a little more shocking than that in my lifetime, so I'm not too worried about it. You know,
What,
I'll
like
erase
strip
that with somebody else.
online? Like, what are we doing?
I haven't ruled it out. I mean,
Well, can we strip online and sue her?
I mean, at the same time, that's asking for a lot.
I mean, it's the people versus Blake Lively.
I don't know. I'll have to talk to Omar.
Talk to
Omar
and
makes
see
the
what he
final
thinks about
decision?
you stripping. Yeah, you are a camper, Lauren.
Omar just knows stuff, and I don't. So, as far as the stripping, yes, he makes the final decision. But yeah,
okay.
You know.
I'm still curious on what he revealed in that text message to you.
Oh, you didn't see it yet?
What?
No.
I missed this.
Well, because you weren't at the Phoenix show, Donna.
Oh, what now? What did I miss? FOMO. I know I missed a lot.
I'll show it to you on your birthday. How about that?
Next June?
My birthday already passed. Both of our birthdays passed. We're Geminis.
Did Omar learn his lesson about who to talk to and who not to talk to in the content creator space?
That's going to be the headline tomorrow. Donna and Zack are Baldoni content creators, are Geminis. They own up to being two-faced.
Geminis? Wait, what?
Because Gemini's the twins. And they twist everything we say.
So, I don't know shit about shit, man. I mean, come on.
Okay, here's the headline for tomorrow. Lethal Lauren doesn't know shit about shit.
That's a
How
good
does she know what she's talking about when it comes to the Wayfair?
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's fine. That's fine. I'm good with that. I'm totally fine with that. It takes a lot to bother me these days. You'd have to like subpoena me and try to drag me into your court case. Otherwise, it's really not going to bother me.
Done and done.
You do your headline like that. That's I'll be confused as hell. I'll be like, you think you're gonna get that many views with this headline? I don't know, but I'll watch it. You know.
All right, guys. Well, I know it's getting late, and we all have lots to get done. I have a flight to Philly in the morning. I'm going to be live on stage at City Winery this Wednesday in Philly, and then Donna's going to be joining me this weekend in Chicago.
I need to plan my outfit.
I thought that's what you were doing on Instagram the other day. You're like, hey, guys, get ready with me.
What did I miss?
And then I put
Is
on
that
mousse.
not what you were doing?
I put so much mousse in my hair.
So much mousse, like Blake, because she's coming for the content creators, but she's on Instagram selling Blake Brown with her content.
She's trying to get us
creation.
all off Instagram and TikTok so she can dominate.
She put. So
I mean,
much
I'm not
mousse in
dominating
her.
too much in the Instagram space anyway, so she can have it, I guess.
Lauren, I really want you to create a reel where you put mousse in your hair.
I did a review of her hair care line.
Oh, did
But
you?
I want you to do Blake Lively's
not real,
mousse
though.
right now. Like with
If you
that
send it to me, I
haircut.
will.
With your
I'm
hair.
not purchasing that shit, but if you send it to me, I'll do it.
No, just any mousse, like dollar store mousse.
That I will purchase.
And you have to go like this.
All right, I will.
Like in every
Get all the little
corner.
flyaways.
And then she lift and put here. I mean, it was diabolical the way she applied. She applied mousse like you apply sunscreen on a baby, like to not miss an inch of their skin.
I've never done either one of these things.
No one does.
And then the random blurred person in the background.
Painting their toenails.
Yeah.
That was Ryan.
What a time. It was Ryan. What a time. All right. Yes, guys, I'll be on stage in Philly on Wednesday, Chicago with Donna Bowling, Chef Stu, and Jenny McCarthy on Sunday. Let's get your tickets at nofilterlive.com. Lauren may or may not be joining us in Los Angeles on August 10th, but I will have Ask Two Lawyers. Stuart and Keith will be there. Josh Boswell from the Daily Mail will be there. Christy Cook from Spill Sesh will be there. Ellsrich and Andy Signor will be joining me on stage in New York on August 3rd, so you can bring your subpoenas to that show. This really becomes the subpoena tour at this point. Get your tickets at nofilterlive.com. Follow Lauren at LethalLauren904 on YouTube. Her YouTube channel is called The Court of Random Opinion. Daily Dose of Donna streams 5 days a week on YouTube and is available on all podcast platforms. Anything else?
Nope.
No.
Free content creators.
Free
Sprinkle.
That's the new.
Do you can you imagine it? Oh my God, Doug. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look,
That's
I
the best
just
I got.
I gave you the best marketing, Donna.
that sprinkle. I'm so glad Lauren's a sprinkler now.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what I always wanted to hear.
All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.